What do we have here?
I got something kind of cool.
Rip Van Winkle.
It could be a first edition.
Okay. Do you know what the story's about?
Rip Van Winkle gets trashed and wakes up years later.
But when he wakes up, his wife is dead, his kids are grown, everything has changed.
I've given it my best shot, but I couldn't sleep for as long as he did.
I've lost a day or two once or twice.
I had this really cool, over 100-year-old book. It's Rip Van Winkle, and the pictures in the thing are fantastic. I'm hoping to get 1,500 today.
This is definitely an interesting book. It was written by Washington Irving.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the first really great American author.
Right.
You know, I mean, he did Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
And it's a really short story, too. I mean, if you look at this, it looks like a full-size book, but it only goes for 60 pages.
Actually, there's great illustrations in here.
That's cool. The prints are really pretty.
They're great.
I've never really seen drawings like this from this early. Do you know who the artist is?
A guy named Rackham, I think it's on the front.
I can almost guarantee you he was a really famous artist. This was really popular right around 1900, 1910 to make really expensive books. In the early 1900s, books like this with fine art were considered very high-end collectibles. And depending on condition and some other factors, can be worth a lot of money. It's really, really interesting. I'm intrigued. What were you looking to do with it?
I'm looking to get 1,500 for the book.
Okay, the problem is condition, which this is not pretty.
No, it's a little scuffed.
And if you look right here, 1909. It's not a first edition Rip Van Winkle because Rip Van Winkle was published long before this.
But it could be a first edition with the illustrations.
Yeah, and that's what makes the money in these kind of books. But I have a friend, she's probably like one of the top 20 book experts in the world. Let her take a look at it. She'll know everything about it.
That'd be great.
You have a book for me.
Yes, I do. Rip Van Winkle.
Okay.
Okay, well, I know it's not a first edition because Rip
Right.
Van Winkle was written like in the 1820s, somewhere around there.
Yeah, early 19th century Van Winkle, of course, by Washington Irving, one of the great early American authors. What you've got here, though, it's illustrated by Arthur Rackham. In the early 20th century, there's this era called the Golden Age of Illustration, and Rackham is sort of the king of the Golden Age of Illustration. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, Rick, what are you worried about here?
I have no idea what it's worth.
All right. The first thing we need to see is whether or not it's a first edition illustrated by Arthur Rackham. Oftentimes, that can get up into thousands easily, like 9,000 even.
Okay. So what do we got here?
All right. And I can tell you, just by looking at the title page, this is not a first edition of the Rackham. The first illustrated edition came out in 1905. It says 1909 on the title page. Job done.
Okay, so $5.
Well, given the condition, which obviously makes a huge difference, I would probably place it more around like 300.
Okay, not a complete loss.
No, not bad at all. The thing that really saves it is you've got these really beautiful plates.
Did they ever cut these apart and frame those, or?
I'm gonna pretend you didn't ask that question.
Okay. Thanks, you're the
You're
best.
welcome, Rick. I'm happy to help out Rick. This is a fine book, and I know it's not a first Rackham edition, but it's still got some really beautiful plates, and they're all intact. But I think it's something good for the pawn shop.
I told you she knows everything there is to know about books. You ought to pay me $50 everything she just taught you. And that's what I'll give you, $50 for the thing. I know she said it was worth $300, but I just don't see it flying off the shelf.
But given that, I would counter with 175.
No. This is going to sit for infinity. Collectors look at it, oh, it's pretty beat up. And
Beautiful pictures.
and it's not a first edition.
And 150 sounds like a perfect price to settle on then.
I give you $75.
Not even 100.
Nope, $75. That's cash right now. Okay.
I'll take that.
All right, I'll meet you right up front.
$75. Today's economy, yeah, you gotta be happy with $75.